I'm not entirely sure why my aircraft is shaking like this,
Rearming complete.
but it is. Something very large must have just landed next to me. Alright, get my phone set up, even though it's only half charged. This'll be fine. I totally planned through this. Right. We're gonna go fuck up the runway at Sakumi. And then we're gonna fuck up some boats. Maybe. Oh, okay, Music Bot's gonna throw a tantrum as well. Why not? Hear the Vegan's finally out of early access? No, I didn't hear that. It's still got a number of issues which haven't been fixed, so... Okay, that should be on the correct mode already. And I dropped these from nav, so... Early access tags now removed. Love how Heat Blur's basically ignored the Vegan since Tomcat release, yeah. I mean, I'm not really surprised. The Tomcat's a much better cash cow than the Vegan. Unfortunately for us Vegan owners and Triangle enthusiasts, I think I rebound it to right shift P because that's what most other modules use, but yeah, at least it's a nice pilot body. I mean, at least some effort went into that, even if they didn't fix all the issues. Right. Why is my... Oh, my HUD's not appearing because, yeah, bombs, right. That's true. I really am not sure what was causing this thing to shake so violently before, but... whatever. It appears past. I think one of the AWACS might have landed, and just somehow I was getting jet washed by that thing, even though it was way down the taxiway. And I was in, you know, a hardened revetment, which should have deflected the air blast. Just DCS things. Server's kind of emptied out a bit, but at least we got some reds on, so I've got stuff to shoot at. The plan is I'm going to fuck up Sakumi to try and force them to fly from further back, Gadauda or Sochi ideally. And then, hopefully I'll be able to get closer to their ships without being intercepted as easily. That's the plan. It's probably not going to work out like that, but we'll try. Runway is clear. Fuck you, Dad. Not even my real dad. Hold up. Hold up. Was that an F5 or was that a fucking MiG-21? I think that was an F5. I hope that was an F5. Well, we're gonna get the fuck out of here just in case. What are you doing indeed? Jesus. That was a MiG-21. Holy fuck. What? Alright. We're just gonna get the fuck out of here. Just gonna leave that well alone and hope that the SAMs deal with him. Oh, that's right, this is the EWR only version. And it looks like we don't have an EWR left. Oh, baby. That or the EWR is not going to talk to me, which is concerning. Yeah. I'm not sure how we're supposed to contact them. I assume that Alpin's got them set up to go through the AWACS menu like Lazy Seal has on his server, but I don't know. Somebody's probably hit ours already, which would be why I'm not hearing anything. So we might add another target to our list if we can figure out where their EWR is and it's still up. We'll go fuck that up as well. If I can figure out how. I was having a bitch of a time with the RB05s this morning trying to figure out how to get them to fire. I don't know what I was doing wrong. And once again, the Viggen's absolutely worthless mirrors are vexing me because I can't actually see behind me. I can see above and behind where I can just look anyway. I want to be able to see directly behind my tail. I mean, I guess the shape of the cockpit kind of precludes that, but still. It's annoying. There's only 2 hours left in this mission, but I figured I might as well hop on and blow some stuff up while I can. I might hop on SRS as well, since there's people on there by the looks of it. Whoops! Oh, look at that, heat blur. Look at that. That hasn't been fixed. It's been like 2 years. Even the Spitfire fixed the, or like even ED fixed the Spitfire's canopy where you could stick your head through it. And made it so you could stick your head outside the cockpit when the canopy's open, but nope, on the Viggen we can still look through the canopy.
Government provided stream donation.
Holy shit, dude! Thanks! Wow, I'm not quite sure what to say to that. I might be doing some SSD shopping later, I think. Thanks, man. Holy fuck. Now there's a hey, what are you doing if ever I've seen one. There it is, up there. drop some altitude as well. I'm a bit higher. Thanks, man. That will most likely be going towards getting me a new SSD, which will then see me finally able to upgrade to Windows 10. I'll probably be offline for like a week or so while I sort that out. When I get around to it. I mean, I wouldn't complain, Warp. I need more things to shoot at. Red Team's starting to finally thin out. There's only a MiG-15, 2 helicopters, and a Su-25. That's a SAM tracking us. I'm not sure what type, but that is a SAM tracking us. Which is concerning, because I didn't think there'd be any this far south. Someone set one up. Stay low. Still quite far out, too. The Cubs at Sukumi are shooting at something. I don't know if they're shooting at me or if they're shooting at somebody else. I think that must be at someone else. I'm pretty sure I'm out of their range. Maybe? Maybe not. Concerning. Boats out there, maybe? Shouldn't be this far south. Safety's off. AAA tracking me as well. Oh shit, yes. Where'd that come from? Don't mind me as I look down my own neck hole. Must be some along the shore there. That won't stop them from using that runway, but it should make it more difficult. I could go for a second strike on it just to crater it more fully, but yeah, I don't know if there's much point. And with no functional EWR, because it looks like it's not going to talk to me for some reason, I don't think it's set up. I don't know where anything is, so we're pretty much strike only at the moment. Still working on the BRB screen. All good, man. I think I'm on the right frequency. Let me just double check again, but it should be on the same one. EWR 251. I'm on 251. I just don't think our team set it up. I don't know if they're Durandals, but they're whatever high drag cratering bomblets that the big one gets. And this time I released them from high enough above the runway to not blow myself up. We're learning, chat. We're learning. Slowly. Now, do we hold Sanaki? No, we don't. Shit. Okay, well, we'll bomb the fuck out of that, too. Get my nav cues back. Just gotta remember to pop the safety off if I come across an aircraft, but I mean, it's a MiG-15, it's not really a threat to me. I can just outrun it. I really wish this server was populated round the clock, like, say, GS or DDCS is. Well, even DDCS isn't, to be honest. Still got tons of fuel left. Normally I'd burn all the way home, but it saves on turnaround time if I don't, so we'll hold on to it. No need to be in a rush. No, I'm not sure if we can recapture airfields once they're capped by blue, or by red, sorry. So I might be kind of working against my helicopter guys here by cratering the runways, but I don't really... Oh, never mind, I don't have helicopter guys, that's the other team, so yeah. Bombs away. Oh, that's a tempting bridge. Not today, though. Yeah, I know, which is disappointing. I mean, you guys have seen how stable this server is for me. Look at my ping, 309. It's not the ping that's the problem, it's packet loss. Hey, Saber. Ooh, that was a power line. That would have killed me. It's like one of the long-standing, recurring myths of online gaming is that ping is bad. Like, no. It's like, it might be a problem in a shooter where reaction time is everything, but high ping just means that you are slightly behind everyone else, that's all. Like, I can see why in CSGO or something people would complain because it's a Twitch shooter, and you require, like, split-second timings. But in a flight sim, who cares, man? I just blew up a runway, Saber. Successfully this time. Sometimes happens that you get hit by a plane that doesn't even have the nose on your direction at the time. Yeah, but, I mean, that's only a fairly minor thing, to be honest. Like, most people aren't gunfighting outside of just dogfight, and even there, half of them aren't gunfighting. And that happens anyway, even with a low ping because of desync. You know, you'll get hit by missiles that you see miss by several kilometers, or you might have a missile pass through your fucking cockpit and land in your lap without going off. That happens even with low pings, so it's not that big of a deal, if I'm honest. Hey, Tricker! Thanks for the raid, man!
Hello, Rabbit Leader.
Welcome, everybody.
Am I coming from the sun?
We're doing some Swedish things. We just bombed a runway, and we're gonna bomb another, I think. Thank you. Hope you had a good stream, man. Now I've just gotta figure out where my home airfield is. It's over that way somewhere. Hey, Pixie. That is concerning. I'm not sure if they put SAMs right next to our airbase or if that's a friendly one tracking somebody behind me. I guess we'll find out shortly. Yeah, I've really grown a whole new appreciation for this aircraft since learning how to use it, you know, somewhat properly. I still mostly do air-to-air in here with it, but now I know how to bomb runways and kill ships. Feels good. And the autopilot's amazing. Ooh. Ooh. No. Saw it too late. The fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Was that a SAM? It might have been. It might have come from Sanaki. Is it worth bombing their FARPs or runways better? It's probably worth bombing their FARPs. I'm just doing the runways because I want to restrict their options for where they can intercept me from. I mean, the server's only got, or the mission's only got about 2 hours left on it anyway, so.
Request rearming. Copy.
Okay, that is started. No! That's such a bad misclick. That's the gear handle right there.
Rearming complete.
I don't know if we actually have the Mirages at the moment. Oh, we shit. Oh shit, we do. We do. Yeah, we do. Okay. We'll do one more in the Vig and then we'll go to the Mirage then. That will absolve our radar problems because the Mirage actually has one. Bought the Vig in but haven't had any seat time in it outside of just flying for fun. Yeah, I mostly just used it for tooling around, doing like joy flights, and then I started using it for air-to-air in here, and then finally, like this week, pretty much, I started doing air-to-ground with it. I'm not usually an air-to-ground guy, but if it's something like a ship or a runway that's likely to piss off the other team, either directly or indirectly, then it's fun. It's only fun if somebody else isn't having fun. Because I'm a terrible person. But, no, I wish that the ground units in DCS were a bit more alive, I guess, a bit more reactive to you. Then I'd probably enjoy it a lot more. Actually get rid of the safety for now. Well, put the safety back on even. Just so I have an actual HUD. Oh, and switching into nav mode helps. Upgrade triangle, yeah. We'll do one more. We'll try and bomb the runway at Sanaki, and then we will upgrade triangle. I gotta say, even though I still don't really know how to interpret it, I remember a few things that Nex was telling me yesterday, or earlier today actually. I do quite like the Moon Runes HUD. It's very nice, very stylish. And as we all know, looking good is the most important aspect of warfare. Winning, pfft, who cares? You just gotta look good. And the Vigan does that very well. I hold position for no man. My takeoffs in this are so shoddy. This boy trying to tell me to continue taxiing, I'm already off the ground. Okay, chuck that off. Yeah, it feels good being able to do that too. Now, where is Sanaki from here? It's like the next row of mountains or something. Oh, it's right there. Orange smoke. Not sure if it was ping or not, but on GS I got into a close combat fight with an F-15 and actually became the real UFO and was rotating and hovering in place for like 15 minutes. That's desync, that's the server dying. And that's because the latest patch has broken a lot of shit. I mean, Just Dogfight does that a lot because the server's super unstable, but GS does it when there's desync. So no, that wasn't high ping, that was just the server dying. Well, yeah, the latest one made it worse, put it that way. Now I'm just gonna figure out where the runway is so I can get a decent run in. It's a bit more to the left. Yep, there it is. Starting to get tired of DCS? I don't think I'll ever get tired of DCS, I just get tired of it being fucking broken, but, like, I can't stop playing this fucking game. I am an absolute tragic just get a decent run in here. Now it was kind of a bit far down one end. But we're fairly close to home, so I can do a second run real quick. And do more IL-2 sometime? Oh yeah, definitely. I'll be playing that quite a bit more now, I think. Oh wow, no, there's just a... See, this is the problem. I realize we have mirages and all the reds disconnect. God damn it. Can't win. See him bomb the MI8 in the air. I'd have to find him first, and the EWR station isn't set up, so I have no idea where anything is. Been playing a lot of squad. I keep meaning to get back into squad, I just never get around to it. That and Postscriptum. Like, I enjoy them both a lot, but I have to be playing with the right people. And I just haven't played them much recently. I haven't played Postscriptum since just after they added the Battle of France. And I really enjoyed that, even though a lot of the maps were really buggy and you could literally like get under the terrain and shoot people from beneath, which was happening quite a lot. A lot of people were exploiting that. This thing really does not like bleeding off speed. I'm just gonna cross controls it in, use that giant tail as a brake. A nice big S-turn. That should do it. Hit or miss since I'm new, I look for good squad leaders. Yeah, if, like, it's no fun without a good squad leader, so you kind of have the same problem that Project Reality used to have, and this makes sense since, you know, it's a continuation of Project Reality. You either have 4 or 5 hours of just mind-numbing boredom or stupidity, or you have a really amazing time, and it purely is based on who's leading the squad. I don't know how to drop bombs in the Mirage at all. And the Mirage is a fighter. Like, this is a strike vegan, so I will use it for strike, but the Mirage is a fighter. Fighters are for fighting stuff, not for bombing things. Not a pound for air to ground. Motherfuckers. Well, at least now I know where their fucking helicopters are. Try and stay left. Oh shit. This helps. I forgot the thrust reverser and now I'm screwed. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. How the fuck did I survive that without collapsing the gear? We won't speak of this, chat. We will not speak of this. Check out the mad fucking skiddy though. Oh, dude, that's my best one yet. That is fucking beautiful. I'm recording that one for the archives right there. Okay, well, at least now we've got plenty of runway to take back off from once I rearm. That approach was, like, too good. There had to be something wrong there, and it was because I forgot to pull the thrust reverser out before I touched down. And then just slap the afterburner on, expecting it to slow me down, and it didn't. It did the opposite of slowing me down. Oh, man. 500 IQ. Yep, we'll roll with that again. I'm impressed that didn't damage the landing gear. It should have. It really should have. Oh Jesus, MiG-29. If you have a MiG-29, Dibbo, that means we only have one Mirage, so the other guy's got the only Mirage slot, I think. Unless it's 2 for each, maybe? I'll have to see. No, there was an F5 that landed ahead of me. It's fine, Dibbo, you can stay in that, man. I'll check. It might actually be 2 versus 2, but I was under the impression that if one team had it, it had 2, and if both teams had them, they had 1. 2 for each? Okay, yeah, cool. We'll swap over then after this flight.
Rearming complete.
Oh! Oh! Okay, maybe we did break the landing gear. Whoopsie daisies. Nothing happened. That didn't happen. It was all a dream. I don't even have any countermeasures, so I don't know why I'm bothering to set that, but whatever. Alright, we'll try that again. One thing I never understood in Postscript and Battle of France is the anti-tank 7.92mm dismembering people. Like, I get it's quite powerful, but at the end of the day it's still rifle caliber, not an explosive round. No, it wasn't an explosive round, I don't think. I'm pretty sure it was tungsten cord or something. But, I don't know, maybe it's just because of the huge amount of energy it imparts, they decided to make it dismember. Like, the fucking hydrostatic shock off something moving that fast must be ridiculous. I mean, 5.56 can take off a limb if you hit the right spot with it. Which a lot of people kind of don't realize. It's not the bullet, it's the shot placement, basically. Hey, Skittles. And again, I forgot to go into nav mode because I'm a genius. Yep, Vigan again. We're going to switch over to the Mirage in a minute though. I've just got a quick runway visit to do. try and get the other end of Sanaki so that the whole thing's unusable. Oh shit, actually, I should probably do Cobbletti too, maybe. Might be overkill. We'll just do Sanaki. Then we'll switch to the Mirage. Dibbo's got to fly all the way out from Mycop anyway, so... And other than him, all we've got on red is a helicopter. Most things tumble. It's just how many times it tumbles. And, like, when it starts, basically. Because quite a few rounds won't start tumbling until they're already through, like, the equivalent thickness of a human. Whereas 5.56 and 5.45 start quite early. She's French, Warp, she'll understand. Whoopsie daisies. Created my own runway. That was not my intent, but, you know, shit happens. I think the Mirages fly from Batumi, so I've got a fairly decent flight to get to the action as well. Not quite as far as Mycop, I don't think, but still a bit. Now, what would be a real interesting move, and I'm not going to do it, especially because there's not long left in the mission and it's, you know, so low population, but what would be really interesting is when Red unlocks the 29s, a deep strike by Vigans across the mountains to go Crater Mycop. I'm not technically sure if that would be, like, against the... I don't know if it'd be against the rules, but, you know, like, a bit of a no-no, but it would be an interesting way of trying to balance out the better aircraft on... well, I say better, the more capable aircraft on Red. Likewise for Red to drop a couple of Betab 500s on Batumi. Try and spot the actual direction of the runway. Okay, I'm basically on it. I feel like there's a bit of a crosswind going on, which makes my job a little bit harder. Please don't kill me, Mr. Samsite. Oh, I just cratered the same area. I pulled the trigger too early. I think we killed something though. There's a smoking hole in the ground over there. Let's go observe the damage. See, I've cratered the fuck out of that one spot, but what I wanted to do was drop them up this end. Triple 8. I don't see it, but I can hear it. See, that's still enough runway for a MiG to get off the ground. Right there. Easily. So if I could put some right there, that should deny them the use of Sanaki. Yeah, DCS models 90s updates to most things. The S75s though, or SA2s for those of you that speak NATO, those are like really old ones, really old ones from the early 60s. If not the late 50s. They didn't give us any of the updated ones. And they don't work properly anyway, so... Yep, that's for me. I think we're good. We will remember the thrust reverser this time. I mean, I could have landed without it even, but, you know, if I'm flying a Vigan, I'm going to use the Vigan things, right? Dump some speed in a hurry. Easy. If any of you guys feel like jumping in and populating the server, I'm on Cold War 1947 to 1991. And by all means, stack red team. I need a target-rich environment. Please don't kill me this time while I'm on final. Planes just red fly on the Cold War server. MiG-15, MiG-19, MiG-21. This mission has 2 MiG-29s, which you have to unlock. L-39, Su-25A, Su-25T, MI-8. I think... oh, Car-50 as well. I think that's it. So a pretty good selection. A little bit fast. There we go. This is how last landing should have looked, if I'd, you know, not forgotten the reverser. We have the MiG-29, don't have anything bound. What are you doing with your life? The MiG-19 is a really nice module, although I'm bad at it. The MiG-21 is... the flight model's bugged at the moment, but once it's fixed, that thing is my favorite module. The MiG-21 is, as far as I'm concerned, the best module in the game. It is so much fun to fly, and so good at what it does. I would definitely recommend picking it up. Like, yes, it is, you know, having some issues at the moment, but those should be ironed out pretty quickly. And it is the mainstay of red on this server. So the main reason you guys see me flying this and not the 21 is because I don't want to develop bad habits while the 21's flight model's a bit hokey. But generally when I stream on this server, I'm in the MiG-21. Don't fly red planes? Well, you should start, because they're a lot of fun. And in my opinion, at least, they're a lot more fun than the blue planes are. Except this one. I saw parts of it. I wasn't awake when he did it, so I went back and watched part of the VOD. And then messaged him in Discord every time I saw him do something wrong. Why would you ever plug ground air into a Soviet fighter?
Refueling complete.
Dibbo's probably almost to the front line by now. He's got quite a long flight to make. I have lost 7 airframes, apparently. Jesus.
Rearming complete.
That's how I usually do air-to-air in this Doom, but I can't find anything because it's not really made for it. And there's not many contacts to find in here at the moment. Yeah, I know he said that he likes it more than the 15 and the 21. He's never flown the 21 in DCS though, as far as I'm aware, so I need to get him in that thing somehow because I want to see how he'd react to it. I suspect he'll actually end up liking the 21 a lot more than he claims. Because that's generally how most people react when they actually fly the thing, is they realize they love it. Yeah, you should wait until next patch. Just get a second base then. Have a dedicated base for it. I'm gonna have trouble when I try and get the Warthog off its base because this thing's like frozen in place now. I think I may have slightly over-tightened it when I put it on, and just with like 1,000, was it? I think I'm up to like 1,500 hours of use now. It's just stuck on the base. I can't loosen the nut at all. I don't want to have to get a second base for my MiG stick, but I might need to. May as well stay in Zone 3. I just hand tightened it. Like, I didn't think it was that tight. I guess just over time it's kind of walked itself on there. Here, working up and down helps loosen the nut. I think that's for a different kind of stick, if I'm honest. I forgot to change the dispersion pattern on these as well, which probably doesn't help my case. Did those come off? I don't think they did. Shit, what did I do wrong? It's in the correct mode. We're in nav. They're selected. Try again. Safety's off. They didn't come off again. I don't think. Nope, shit. I'm in nav. I'm in bomb plan. They're on the racks. They're selected. Did I need to reload the data cartridge or something? What's going on here? I guess we'll come in low and try again. Watch as they come off low enough to blow me up. That's probably what's gonna happen. Oh, never mind. That's probably too high. Let's go to the Mirage now. And try and guess my position for the alignment because the kneeboard's still bugged. Oh, no, that crashed DCS. No, it didn't. It almost crashed DCS. Fuck, this game is a mess. Alright. Can use custom liveries on here. Yeah, boy. Intercept, we won't bother with the bag, we're not going to need it because we're flying reasonably short range.
Request rearming.
Yeah, I still can't do that. So where am I parked? I'm at Batumi. I think this is Batumi. Yeah, this is Batumi. Wait, no. Hang on. I probably should have checked. Nulchik! We're at fucking Nulchik! Good god. Okay. We do need a belly tank. Oh right, magics only, I forgot. Fuel tank.
Request rearming.
You watch yourself, Pixie. So we're... how many spaces down are we? 2, 3. Should be 3 spaces in. From the top end. So we're in parking space 14, I think, or 13? One, 2... Okay, yeah, we're on 13. So that is 43, 30, 35.
Rearming complete.
43, 30, 35. And 43, 38, 05. Giggles! Thanks for the raid, man! Welcome to the stream, guys. We are about to do some miraging on the Cold War server. It's a bit quiet at the moment, but it'll be my first chance to actually fly this thing on this server. So I'm pretty keen to see what she can do in this environment. Oh, no. Back. X-ray. know you're biased, but I have the Hornet and the Viper. Do you think I should get the Mirage for dogfights? I mean, the Mirage isn't as easy to dogfight with as it used to be, because it's a little more draggy at low speed and it doesn't regain the thrust as easily. The engine curves a bit slower. But it's a lot of fun to dogfight in, so yeah, I would say get this either way, because this is a very fun plane, regardless what you use it for. How do you get the radar thing on the HUD? You don't. The VTB repeater in the top right corner of the screen, it's not real. Like, that's a gameplay concession that they put in. I don't use it. It's kind of cheaty, in my opinion. It should be under gameplay avionics, or sorry, game mode avionics. Like the, you know, the missile warning system on the F-15 and the Su-27. It isn't a real thing. And I don't really... It's not legit. It's not legit. I don't really see much point in it anyway. Just look down. How hard is it? The Mirage has an IR warning system, but it should only see in a narrow cone behind itself. It can't see directly behind itself. It sees, like, basically the angle of the wing out that way. Actually, no. I think it's, like, kind of this angle back to about this angle, both sides. It can't see directly behind itself. It definitely can't see in front of itself. And it's looking kind of downwards. The reason being, it's for the 2000D and the 2000N strike variants. It's not used on the 2000C. So, Razbam finally made that an option you can turn off in the mission editor, and hopefully more missions start having that disabled, because it's not realistic to have it on a 2000C. And it's not realistically modeled anyway. It sees basically 360 degrees at the moment, and it shouldn't. Okay, we'll go ahead and turn this on. And for all the shit people give Razbam, would you look at this? The weight on wheels safety actually leaves the radar off. It doesn't in any of ED's modules. The Hornet, the radar comes on the ground. The F5, it comes on the ground. Not the Mirage. So there you go. We'll just wait for this to finish aligning, which it has. Good enough. Oh, wheel chocks. Razbam module.
Chief, remove the wheel chocks. Copy. Wheel chocks are now removed.
In-game it works a full 360 degrees, and it really shouldn't. Like, it's ridiculously good in-game. But again, because it's there and it's gamey, it shouldn't be there, and it should be, like, you know... There's an option to turn on game avionics mode, which allows you to do shit like have the missile approach warning system in the FC-3 aircraft. It should be under that, in my opinion. It should not be usable in realistic mode. And for the D2M, which is a missile approach system, it should at best have its realistic limitations if it's going to be, you know, a thing in the regular game. If anyone launches anything at you, it will start going ballistic. Like, if somebody launches a Phoenix in the same grid square as you, the Savile starts going insane. Like, you could use a Mirage to figure out when anybody launched anything in a certain area of the map before, because it's so sensitive. Server looks like it's filling up. Nice. Well, I say filling up, that's relative. The Magics are relatively short range, I think. I'm pretty sure it's more than an R60, less than an AIM-9. It's kind of like a middle ground. Ooh. Held her on the ground a bit long now. I think it's less than an aim 9, yeah. I'm not 100% sure though, like I'm not super familiar with French weaponry, so bear that in mind. We'll just prepare this for when I need to jettison the tank. Oh, the Fox 1s? Sorry, yeah, the range on those is a bit more than the Sparrow, I think. So somewhere between a Sparrow and an ER. Well, yeah, it's going to be less than a 120. Got an hour until mission end. Not sure which mission's next in rotation. This thing is a champion at notching, by the way, because you've got a decent RWR, unlike the Su-27, and it dumps speed like crazy because of the Delta Wing. Like, you can just rip this thing into a notch so fast, it's not even funny. You can go from like 500 knots to about 150 in a couple of seconds. And yeah, most people just fire and forget with the 120, because they're baddies. Got a fairly long transfer flight over to Kutaisi. Should be right though. Totally didn't forget to turn off my afterburner and almost run out of fuel. Oof, yeah. A couple times, like my afterburner D10 has just the tiniest bit of play in it, and so a couple times I've been at min burner in the 29 without realizing it and then wondering why my fuel's disappearing so quickly. My problem with the snowy scenery is that the snow is just very disorientating. There's no, I don't know, like there's not really any detail to the map with the snow on. Which in some areas is accurate, in some it's not quite. And as well as that, the fact that the snow reflects the sun quite well means that it makes the actual physical geometry of the map look a lot worse. Like you can see where there's all kinds of weird non-planar faces and shit going on with the mountainsides. What plane is this? This is the Mirage 2000C. I don't know, I'm kind of the opinion that the Caucasus map needs either a big overhaul or just to be redone, because there's so many places where you can just kind of see laziness in it. Like copy-pasted villages, where they've taken the same couple buildings and just literally copy-pasted them in a row. There's a whole shitload of them around Beslan. Between it and Nalchik, there's a bunch of those. Things like deciduous trees being well above the fucking tree line. Like, what the fuck is that? That doesn't happen. That's not how trees work. Not just above the tree line, but above the fucking snow line. Let's go ahead and chuck this on. I'm curious as well. So you have to hold it in the Mirage. You don't just press and release like the big one, you gotta hold it. Pretty nice though. Oh, hello. Got a hawk and a search radar. So, Kutaisi should be over that way somewhere, I think. Actually, it might be off my nose. Inertial bombing in the Mirage is awesome. It's like old school bombing, really nice to do. I have not done any air to ground in this whatsoever. I pretty much use it purely as a fighter. Maybe one day I'll learn how to do it, but I don't even know how to at the moment. I have never tried it. Okay, so that's the river. Oh shit, yeah, Kutaisi's like over there. I can actually see it from here. It's this. Well, we got plenty of fuel, so I don't need to land right away. We're still on the belly tank for quite a while, so not a big deal. Yeah, I did. It was from a Rafale, I think. Yeah, I heard about that. That's why you do a good, you know, pre-flight briefing, and you do a basic fucking medical checkup on the guy. Even the Russians do that before they take people up for joy rides. Tell them, like, this is what you can and can't grab. Don't touch this handle. How'd you rate the F-16 as a dogfighter? I mean, it's not really my area of expertise because I don't know much about the modern stuff, but it seems okay, I guess. It's very much like the MiG-29 in that in a high-speed fight, it's very good, but as soon as things start getting slow, it has some issues. So the 29 and the 16 are like a match made in heaven for each other. And any fight I have with the 16 in the 29 is really good and really satisfying. I'd say they're probably two of the closest matched aircraft in the game. Never see you do World War II stuff here. Looks like you like a good gunfight. I do World War II stuff, just not as much lately. I started out on World War II sims. Hello. But the guy had a 3G limit, the pilot did 7G pull-up and suddenly pulled it to 0G on takeoff. Oh, yeah, oof. I guess that would do it. Disappeared behind that hill. I wish that IL-2 had clickable cockpits like DCS. I find it infuriating having to remember all these different binds and not being able to just click the button or switch which I can physically see in the cockpit. So of all the IL-2 games, Cliffs of Dover is my favourite. The newer games are nice, but I really find myself missing the clickable cockpits, like, a lot. I almost wonder if that's a helicopter. .29 nails. Problem is, there's a sand site, I think, between me and him. I'll catch up on chat once this engagement's done. Shit. Looks like there's a whole mess of Sams out here. Should have reset my bingo. Okay, he's got me, I got him. Ah. That's a dead dibbo. Another target here. Whoa. Whoa. Come on, Magics. Come on, Magics. Smack. Still flying, it's probably a Su-25. Oh shit, he's turning around on me. Lost sight of him though. Oh, there we go. That is indeed a Su-25. I think he needed that to fly. Right, there we go. So we should be clear of bandits for a little while at least. That was Lumberhacks. Let's see. Hearing that it isn't sustaining the turn rate as good as it should. No, it's not, and the pilot G-lock's too early. Like, there's a lot of issues with the F-16 and DCS. A lot of issues. What would be the best scenario for you to fly in DCS? This one, but usually in a MiG-21, so sort of early to mid Cold War aircraft, like sort of late 60s, early 70s, maybe the very early 80s, before the 4th gens really started to come in. That's when I do my best work in DCS. MiG-23 over Afghanistan, yeah, that would work too. Most people fly more modern stuff with DCS. Yeah, I'm not really into the more modern stuff at all. Like, you know, things like this and the MiG-29 and Su-27, I mean like the early 29s and 27s are the limit of what I'm really into. I do fly the Hornet and the Viper from time to time, but it's more of a novelty for me. They're not really what I enjoy as much. I want to try the A-10, but oh man, that plane. I have never flown the A-10. It's like, I've had that module since it came out because a friend bought me it and I've never flown it. It's just too much. It's too much. My brain can't process all of that information. MiG-23 over Afghanistan is cool, but in the current DCS plane set and maps, what's the best scenario? I mean, it depends how you define best. If you mean the most enjoyable and challenging without being unfun, this Cold War server is fantastic. Blocking the sun. Been a while since I flew the M2K, need to hop back in. Yeah, the Mirage is really nice now. The radar is mostly finished. I think there's only one or two minor things left to do. The aircraft handles a lot more realistically, I guess. I mean, it was pretty close before, even when people were crying UFO, you know, like a year ago. It just needed a little more drag and a little less power, and that's what it's got. It feels about right now. I heard your missile explode behind me, Dibbo. Like right behind me, I thought I'd actually taken a hit, which is why I looked behind me and started kind of moving the controls around to see if I still had them. Hate head-to-head, so do I. I generally avoid it as much as possible. But in that kind of situation, there wasn't really a good way to avoid it, I guess. Especially over flat land like this. You're both flying 29s. I know where to find you. I know where to find you guys. Fuel state's still pretty decent. And yeah, pretty much everyone plays open beta, as fucked up and buggy as it is. Couldn't get no fucking tone. That might have been because I came out of Afterburner and throttled back, knowing you were going to try and hit me. Lumber didn't have auto throttle. Oof. Oof. You gonna sit there and take that, Lumber? Jesus. By modern, I mean past World War II stuff? Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, the World War II stuff on DCS is interesting to fly, but it just feels kind of empty because the damage models aren't there yet. Like, some of the aircraft have issues still. If I want to do World War II, I usually play IL-2, and if I really want to do World War II, I play Clissadova. DCS is too big brain for me. Dude, I'm smooth brain as fuck, and I play this game. Like, believe me, you'll do fine. Especially some of the planes like the MiG-21. Everyone thinks the MiG-21 is super complicated and intimidating. It's not. It's the easiest thing on Earth to learn how to start up and fly. The Mirage is pretty simple too, for air-to-air at least. Artillery. Interesting. Oh, that might be because there's a FARP down there. I'm glad that none of their manpads decided to shoot at me. That could have been really awkward. Also tried the Gazelle now, and while I'm sure no heli is 100% accurate anyways in this game, especially that one, I don't see why people get so up in arms about it. It flies mostly like I expect. They may have fixed most of it by now, I'm not sure. But back in the old days, it had so many problems with the basic flight model, like disobeying the laws of physics kind of basic problems. And the Mistral was basically more like a 9X or an ET than a Stinger, which is what it should be closest to. Like, the Mistral was so badly overperforming, it's not even funny. Mirage damage model's really not that bad. Remember shooting off the nose and stab and it still flew? You don't need the nose to fly. Like, but you can fly without the fucking radome. You won't fly well, and you can feel the drag. Like, I've been in that situation in the Mirage in this, and you can feel the drag. Believe me. Now, without the vertical stab, it doesn't fly well without it, but it will fly. But if you end up in a side slip, you're done. There's no way you can get out of it. You can also do that to the Su-27, by the way, Pixie. And it will still fly without them. There's no F-14s in this server. Alpin is adamant he will not add the Tomcat to this server, and I think if, like, maybe when the MiG-23 comes out and the F-14A is out, we might see an F-14A, like, one, but I don't think he's going to add them. Interestingly, I see no MiG-29s. They should be down here by now. I'd rather hear him dog me than throw out unsupported claims about the F-14. Oh, it's on now. Them's fighting words. Oh, here we go. 29 off to our front somewhere. Look, if something's OP, that's a reason for me not to get it, to be honest. I don't enjoy OP stuff. I enjoy challenging stuff. Don't mind the F-14, I mind the Phoenix. Gets lame fast. Yeah, the Phoenix is the main problem, honestly. The Phoenix is also what stops me from flying the Tomcat more. I really like the plane, but I find BVR with active missiles boring as fuck. So if it was in this server, or like in, you know, a server where the Sparrow Cat's a viable build, I would fly the F-14 a hell of a lot more. Problem is, the only servers I can really think of where that's a thing, well actually the only one I can think of where that's a thing is Blue Flag 80s. And even then, like, I still have problems playing on that server because DCS is so unstable, I lose all my life points before I even get a single fight in. Because I either get disconnected or I desync through the ground or something. 29 nails off my nose, but I can't see him. Need to start thinking about going home soon with this fuel level. Or Although I think I'm most of the way to my cop by now. I'll pick up some altitude. Oh! Oh! Looky, looky! It's like having the terrible AWACS operator in your backseat. I mean, you're not wrong. You're really not wrong there. Oh, I wonder what's happening here. So he's 26. This one looks much closer. Yep, he is much closer. Ah! Hit me. I think that's my engine. Afterburner's done. Come here. Radar's gone. Afterburner's gone. Eh! Ah, I don't have the pull I need. Oh, I do have an afterburner. I'm out of flares. There he is. This is gonna kill me for sure. Yep. Couldn't get away from that one. Oh, that's rude. That's rude. Jeez. Alright. Now I don't remember the coordinates for this parking spot, so I'll have to check that again. You know what? We're not going to use the belly tank. Fuck it. Don't need it.
Request rearming. Copy.
Okay. 43, 30, 35. Oops, see daisies, wrong window. And then 043, 38, 3805. Oh, Forgot to tune my radio last time. Big brain. Auto throttled. Oof. I should have time to get to you guys. If you guys just head towards Nullchick, I'll head towards fucking my cop. Flying fat, dumb and happy at Mark 2. They said 27 kilometers pucker time. I shouldn't have said anything. Should be proud I did you with the NBA skin on. Nice. I gotta fly with the Yugoslav ones later, I think. I might, if people are in blue flag, which they probably aren't at this hour of the day, I might do the Yugoslav MiG-29s. Chuck the Yugoslav playlist on for that as well. Just over a minute left on alignment. I'll turn my lighting down, it's getting a bit dark. When it switches over from day to night time in DCS, it makes quite an abrupt difference in the cockpit lighting. It's interesting, to say the least. Unfortunately, the Mirage's floods are still broken, so there's only like bright and super bright. There's no sort of intermediate setting. Like so. Like the dimmer just straight up doesn't work. The minimum brightness level is like that, right there. Because normally in the Mirage I'd have the these ones up the top of the instrument panel on very dimly, just so I can read stuff, but I don't like having bright lights in the cockpit at night. It's very disorientating. Done for the night. Sung Ho beat me up on JDF earlier. Yeah, he is very difficult to fight against. I don't think I've ever beat him. I haven't flown against him that much, but I don't think I've ever beat him. Alright, we're good to go. We're just going to pop the master arm on now, because who gives a fuck, basically. Oh, wheel chocks. God damn it, Razbam.
Chief, remove the wheel chocks. Copy. Wheel chocks are now removed.
So it occurred to me I did 1.9 with the wing tanks on. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that seems like it might not be a thing. But, I mean, the FC3 stuff doesn't model stores lost due to overspeed or over-G, as far as I can tell, so I'm kind of not surprised. We're already at bingo, because I forgot to set it. Deselect the magics because that's going to get annoying real fast. Well, the difference between the 29 and the F-15 is the 29 will actually rip due to over-G, and the 29 will fall out the sky when it loses its wings. The Eagle won't. Meant real Eagle? Dude on FPP said he did 2 something with bags on? God damn. Other Eagle dude shit a brick and that Jello cried in Hornet. That's the magic picking up the sun on the edge of its search pattern. If I turn Mav search off, it still does it. To do is reposition myself. He's definitely seen me. He's tracking away now. Might be trying to bait me for the other 29, I'm not sure. Gotta be careful. And the radar lost him. Sun again. Try and get the sun at my back to limit his options for a shot. Dibbo, huh? Well, where did Dibbo go? Let's bait the hook, which is probably not a good thing to say if he's listening. That's a dead Dibbo. I spy another 29 nails. Coming directly from the sun, of course. Because why wouldn't it be? I'll tell you what I did there, Dibbo. As soon as I realized how close you were, I chopped the throttle right back into idle, started just shitting out flares, and then launched on you, and then cranked. Like, if I get into a head-on with somebody and I know heaters are going to be involved, I just cut the throttle as soon as I get within range. So we've got 3 left. The burner in the 29 is probably what's doing it. That thing lights up like a Christmas tree. And the other thing is too, because I dumped so much speed in my turn, if you had survived that first shot, you probably would have been in a relatively good position to get an R60 in for a second or gun me. You just got to try and not panic. Says the guy who panics every time he gets near an enemy. I know. Expecting a belly stab any minute here. Oh shit! Oh shit! Magic didn't slave that. Too close. Yeah, you probably should have. You probably should have. I had no clue you were there. Alright. I have no clue where I am relative to my cop, but I'll just head north, I guess. Scrape my left engine on takeoff with a hilarious bug. Only one burner. Oh. Ouch. Oh, is it the one where the autopilot randomly decides to turn itself on and trim you all the way right and up? I've had that happen so many times in the 29. Double check before you start your takeoff roll, the autopilot is not on, because it just... I don't know what causes it, but I swear it turns itself on automatically sometimes. Zero airspeed, full stick back, 2 seconds later. Oh, no, I think I know what you mean. Surprise rotate, yeah. The 29, because it's balanced the way it is, the slightest mistake in trim or power or holding the brakes too long and it just tail strikes. Like, if you breathe on that thing while it's sitting on the ground, it will tail strike. Bit low on fuel, but we'll head for my cop or thereabouts. See if we can get one more quick fight in before the server goes down, or goes to the next mission rather. So when they're restricted to heaters only, and I guess even if they had their semi-actives, the 29 and the Mirage seem like they're pretty well balanced. The 29 is more difficult to fly because it doesn't have fly-by-wire, and the Mirage can let you do some pretty silly things, but the 29 is very, very good at just going up, which the Mirage does have some trouble with from low speed states. Like the Mirage has a really good climb rate and it's really fast, but it takes a while to get that speed. It doesn't accelerate near as quick as the 29 does. '29 owns the 16. I mean, I'd say it depends on the pilot. Like, with me in the 29 against Sabre in the 16, I can beat him pretty consistently, but I think that's just because he doesn't do a lot of BFM, and I've finally started to kind of get my 29 back on. But against like a good 16 pilot, I'd probably get smoked. Like the 29 and the 16, as they stand now, are two of the closest matched aircraft in this game, in every single respect. So that looks like Cherkassk over there. Which means I need to come left a bit. My cop should be over that way somewhere, I think. Unless it's... I don't think it's here, I think it's further west. We'll figure it out. When the 16 gets its G-lock issue fixed, plus the underpowered engine, it should perform better. Yeah, I mean, it already performs reasonably well, to be honest, but yeah, it is missing that special something. '16 and 29 both run out of fuel after 2 minutes, yeah. Pretty much. That looks like a city to me. Jeff owns the 16? I don't know. I'd want to see that to believe it. Like, the Jeff isn't bad, but it's definitely not that good of a dogfighter, if I'm honest. The question is, which one of these cities is my cop? It might be the one off my nose. Looks about the right size. But I can't see the airfield. Oh, actually, maybe I can. Yeah, that should be my cop, I think. Judging by the size of it. Ah! Mission's rotating, god damn it. I don't think we're gonna find them in time, sadly. Is that not a city? Is that just fields? I think that's just fields. God damn it. I've been bamboozled. Well, it's just us on the server at the moment, so I might hop off, I think. I'll find another server to play on for a bit. Might come back on Cold War later if it repopulates. But, in the meantime, I'm going to take a short break, so bear with me, guys. I will be back in a few minutes. JDF? Yeah, maybe. Give me a couple minutes, guys. Okay, so I'm back, and I have some tea, but my phone battery is also dead, so I'm not going to be able to keep track of chat in real time for a bit, because I gotta wait for that to charge back up. Pro streamer, I know. No idea where everyone's flying from. I didn't try and use the GCI ground commander slot. Why did it tell me that? I'm not even sure where Red's flying from. I'll jump on Discord, I guess. Might J11. Oh, jeez. If you insist. Ah, here we go. I found people. Never mind the helicopter guys. God damn it. Do we own Kasab? I do not know. I don't know what we own. We'll try it. Slot disabled, capture this airport. Okay, we don't own Kasab. Do we own Kish? We don't own Kish! Should probably check the map. But I don't think I can without actually spawning in. Well, this is a problem. I guess we just go through the list until we find one we own. I think Pom said earlier he was bombing Giroft, so maybe we own that at least? DCS, please. I think we have this one. Okay, good. Finally. And now we hope that DCS doesn't crash. Okay, interesting. Integrity check. Nice. Gonna have to restart the game. Always something. Fucking always something. Phone charged up. No, not quite. Leave it for another couple of minutes. Before we take off, they added keybinds to let Jester easier lock on and switch from TWS to STT. Ah. I mean, I'm bad at the F14 anyway, so I'm not sure that's going to help me much, but I might have to look that up. I'll probably do like 1 or 2 flights in the 14, then just go back to the 29 or the 27. The 29 is so beautiful at night now that they fixed the lighting, finally. I'm hoping the flanker gets the same treatment soon. He who flies with floodlights on probably also drives with the fucking map light on in his car. Knowing my luck, the server's gonna reset in a minute. I wish more servers ran nighttime missions, they're so much fun. Two up L39ZA. I'm so bad at the L39. I barely bound it. I think I've flown it once or twice, and it ended in disaster. It's so weird going back to the trainers after flying fast jets because they're so slow and so underpowered. Like it just constantly feels like it wants to fall out the sky. It's very, very strange, very bizarre. I mean, you've seen what I fly like as well. I need a decent amount of thrust to keep me out of trouble. I'm in DCS Discord at the moment, Lumber, just in case anybody hops on GCI. It's pretty quiet at the moment. I don't really read the chats, I just pop in voice when I'm playing on here. There's a guy on Blue Team in the Blue GCI channel called Existential Crisis. Same dude, same. It's taking forever to load. Anytime this month, DCS. Anytime this month. Welcome back, Max. What an entrance. What happened? Accidentally deleted a message. Oh, rest in peace. I've accidentally banned people before. Not from my channel, I don't think. I think I accidentally banned somebody from Poms because I went to tab back into the window. Like I was on Discord and I went to click back onto the window to bring it back into focus. And the mouse just so happened to land on the permaban button. And I didn't realize for several minutes I'd done it. I think it was Maple. I'm pretty sure it was Maple. Stuff opens here again here Friday. They're starting to look at reopening stuff here, like some things, but I don't know if that's gonna actually happen or not. I was about to say if that dude is having an words. I was about to say if that dude is having an existential crisis, or is he the existential crisis? Yeah, true. Why is DCS fucking not loading in? Jesus Christ. Digital loading simulator. It probably doesn't like me because I tabbed out. Come on, DCS. Come on. Oh god, I think it's frozen. We'll give it another minute. If it doesn't load in, I'll have to restart it again and not tab out this time. It seems like the only server that's even remotely stable at the moment and doesn't take forever to load into and crash all the time is Cold War. Like, Blue Flag is really unstable, GS is worse than usual, JDF has always been unstable, and now DDCS is taking forever to load into. I can't win. Yeah, I'll restart it. That's probably frozen. On the plus side, this is a little more charged up. Slightly. Cat's at 30% fuel and no gun ammo. I know. Most things on DDCS spawn at like 20 or 30% fuel and no weapons at all. I assume to delay takeoffs and to stop people just like getting straight into the air if the airfield's under attack. I don't know. I do this for a living, stop forcing it on me in the sim. No, Lumber, they're gonna add like a VR extension to DCS just for you, where you have to actually service the aircraft as the ground crew. And avoid getting run over by crazy idiots like me who just send it down the taxiway. I mean, Blue Flag does the same thing too, but it doesn't make, like, for the Tomcat and the Su-27, I get it. For the MiG-29 though, like, that's your airfield point defense fighter. Why would that start with no fuel? What, like, why? VR chat ground crew? Oh my god, could you imagine? That would be an interesting sight, that's for sure. I mean, I generally don't either, for the specific reason that every time I play on there, I lose all 3 of my lives to bullshit, and then I can't play on there. I would be... yeah. Yeah, I mean, the 29 on there at least fuels up fast. The Tomcat, not so much. See, DDCS, at least you don't generally have to fly as far. At least if you spawn in the right place. Come on, DCS. Still loading. Oh. I think the game might have frozen again. There's nothing I love more than sitting waiting for DCS to load for fucking 10 minutes, only for it to then fail an integrity check. It's my favorite thing to do. And the best part about DCS is once it's trying to load into a server, you can't get out of it. You have to wait for it to load the server to quit out of the server. You can't just cancel it. Should I have a minigame like Pong for these loading screens? There already is a minigame like Pong in this game. It's called BVR. Seven had some shit even. ED doesn't have what? Good frame rates? Stability? Visible moisture on the canopy in a cloud? Yeah. That too. I bet it even has canopy icing. Change of plan. I'm not waiting for this. So, oh, knowing my luck, it's gonna load in now. It is doing something. According to Task Manager, it is doing something, it's just not doing a lot of it. Has legit airframe icing? Seriously? What the fuck? We don't even have canopy ice, let alone airframe ice. DCS, please. I'll give it like another 2 minutes and I'm gonna go play IL-2 instead. I'm sorry, Lumber, I can't help it. I must have offended fucking the DCS gods or something. I've offended Matt Wagner. It's just not working. Play IL-2 on killing the hostages. You forget, Lumber, I play with the 345th in armor. If anyone's gonna kill hostages around here, it's us. Come on, DCS. Oh, it's loaded in. It's loaded in according to OBS. Like, if I tab out and look at the OBS feed, I can see the beginnings of the spawn menu. But on my screen, it's frozen on the loading screen. This is amazing. How do you even achieve this, ED? I'm genuinely curious. It still says DCS is not responding if I click on the window. Like, if I tab out and look at OBS, I can see the ground, I can see the beginnings of the spawn menu appear, but... Throw the computer out the window and try again. Yeah, it's not even the computer that's the problem, it's fucking DCS. Bruh. Why is it taking so long? Why is it fucking taking so long? It only usually takes me a minute or less to load into a server. I don't know why it's suddenly frozen up here. Probably something to do with the boats. Yeah, well, not according to my DCS. Like, on my screen, if I'm in DCS, all I see is a frozen load screen. I can't even see, like, anything, you know, I can't see what you guys are seeing on OBS. And I don't know how the fuck that works. I really don't. This fucking game. We're gonna restart it again. I'll see if anyone's in JDF as well. I want to do night flying on DDCS, but yeah, I know I'm not. I just restarted the game. A wonderful first impression here for potential ED customers. If you want good DCS, just spend way too much on a computer. Even that doesn't fucking help. All the guys with the shit hot computers are the ones complaining about the MiG-21's radar killing their frame rate. Wait, we'll do just dogfight. That's empty. DCS. Let's try one more time. The 19's radar is doing it too, apparently. It's something to do with the way it renders ground clutter. Jeff's ground radar wrecks my FPS. Yeah, it's something to do with drawing ground objects, I think. I've noticed it to an extent with the Viggen, but not too bad. I've noticed it quite badly with the MiG-19. I've noticed it maybe very slightly with the 21. It doesn't really seem to make much difference for the 21. People use radar. Yes, Pixie, some of us have, like, you know, some of us want to not die in a head-on merge with somebody we don't even know is there. Don't worry, next year when we get Vulcan we can play DCS in 2022. Yeah, no, I doubt it. I'm sure they'll fuck up the implementation of that somehow. Why am I like this? Why do I only get hooked on terrible fucking games that don't work and have shitty developers? Showed you my Erst, please respond. I don't know what War Thunder uses. I thought it used its own in-house thing. X-Plane 11 uses Vulkan. They just switched over. Oh my god! I can see a menu. And it's frozen. Hi, yesterday I was GC on the Cold War server and one player asked a few times for a vector towards a certain well-known streamer. So not a vector to the nearest thread or so. I was a bit surprised. Any comments? I may have done that when I knew Hellrain was on the server. So I'm guilty of that myself, and I totally understand it. Usually I'll just ask for the nearest, but, you know, if somebody's on who I think might be streaming or might be putting up videos on YouTube, I'll usually go for them just for a bit of a laugh. And also, like, this is the not so much stream snipey side of things. If I'm in a fight, particularly dogfighting, TAC view is one thing, but I always prefer to see the fight from the other person's actual perspective too, so I can see where they're looking, hear what they're thinking. So I actually really enjoy getting into a fight where I know the other person's recording or streaming it, because I can go back later and analyze it from their side as well as mine. But yeah, no, I'm not surprised people do that. Server reset! Oh my... why? Why? It's gonna be daytime now as well. It defeats the whole purpose. I wanted to fly the Tomcat at night, and it's gonna be fucking broad daylight. The DCS experience right here. I mean, from my side of things as well, I prefer a target-rich environment, so if people don't slot up yet, by the way, Lumber, give it a minute. I prefer a target-rich environment, so if people want to come after me specifically, I'm totally fine with that. I'll happily kill him. I know I wanted this, Lumber. Forgive me. Oh shit, that's right, the server resets like 5 times because it's got to load in all the slots. Alright, yeah, let's go to JDF. I give up. I give up. On the plus side, I now know that DDCS's reset cycle is every 5 hours. I might get back on DDCS later if I'm still streaming. Just dogfight. What do you say, Lumber? 29 versus 29? The Central US server is not the actual official Just Dogfight. It runs on a mission which has some issues, one of which is it doesn't reset. So that server's been up for like 9 or 10 hours, so it's going to be janky as fuck, and also it's going to be dark. Can I join in? I mean, you can jump on, Max. Maybe you could fight Pixie or something. We can always rotate around. Oh, there you go, you can fight Dibbo. Alright. Actually, I'll go Area 2, because Area 2 is a little better. I find Area 1's a little difficult to keep sight of people because of the water reflections. That reminds me, I will actually jump in my own Discord now since I'm not on DCS. Hello.
Cheers, Governor.
Oh God.
Oh, I see. Alright. Ready when you are. Cool. Oh, I got my fucking Tomcat stick on. Shit. Yeah, hold on. I got it. All right, let's bone. I can't hear you at all if you're talking about it. I still can't hear you. want you to know that I love you, though. New things queuing. Bizarre. Am I dumb?